Mr. Oumnia?
Karim is okay.
Karim is okay. Okay. First, congratulations on hitting the Kickstarter funding goal for Digitsole. And would you like to introduce yourself to Chinese people, because we want to learn more about you?
Okay, thank you very much. I am an engineer. I'm a French engineer, specialized in the shoe business for more than 20 years, and very interested by electronic things. I worked in this, I have many innovations. I made the lightest football shoe in the world. I made the first women's soccer shoe, and I did a lot of innovations. I am the CEO of a company called Glagla Shoes, which is a ventilated shoe. The Digitsole is for me 2 years of development that we worked hard since 2 years to try to introduce the connectivity in the shoe business, because the shoe business is quite a little bit, for me, old-fashioned and needs some new innovations. So we thought that the electronic developments these last years are very important, and we believe that we were able to introduce the electronic developments in the footwear industry. So that's why we started to work with our partners, and we have different partners here in France and in all over the world, including in China, but we have our development partners in France, and we worked with them to create the connection. So we have the first connected shoe in the world today, and we have more than a connected shoe. We have what we call a connected and interactive shoe. That means it's not only connected, which gives you information like calories, distance burns, and all of these kind of things, but you can also heat your shoe with your smartphone. So this is something very important. So you can just use your phone, and then you can just choose the temperature you want, and I can show you here. Okay. So this is the app that we have, and with this app, you can just go and choose the temperature that you want, left or right, and then you can choose the temperature that you want by setting here the temperature that you need. So this is something very, very special. So when it's cold weather, you can just take your smartphone and just choose the temperature you want, and of course it can heat your feet, but it can also give you all the information about the distance you walked and the calories you burned and the altitude where you are, etc. So this is what we call a connected interactive product. It's a new generation of connected products. It's connected, but you can also act on your product and change something in the product. So not only giving you information, but giving you information like distance, calories is one thing, but being able to change something in the product like the temperature it's absolutely a major innovation in the world.
Okay, so I think the shoe is a tracker and a heater. And which function do you think is the most important?
The heater. The tracker is important, but now you can find many bracelets that you can put on, like a watch, which can give you the tracking. The fact that we use the tracking in the shoe is new, of course, but this is not the most important. It's interesting to have the tracking, but what is very important is to be able to heat the shoe with your smartphone. This is very important.
Yes, I think so. And why do you add this the function as a tracker activity? You want to make it more versatile?
In fact, we try to put the maximum things in a shoe. If we can add a tracker, we have to add a tracker. The thing is, we want to offer to the clients, to the people, the most innovative product and the most useful product. So the tracking is very important. It's not, for us, it's not as important as the heat, but for some people it's still very important. Some people, they want to know the distance they made, the calories they burned, or other information that we can provide with the tracker. So we add the tracker, but for us, the tracker is even easy for us technically to do. The most difficult is to heat the shoes, and this was very difficult technically to make. But if we can heat, we can track. So for us, it goes together.
Yes. Now you have more than 400 backers, and you have raised more than $58,000, and your goal is $40,000. And you said on the Kickstarter page, if you successfully funded your engineers will add additional functions to the app. What will the additional functions be?
We have a lot of projects today. The additional, some of them are to make this shoe an insole waterproof. Means you can put it in water. You don't take care about the water things, so the electronic is totally waterproof. Another goal is to make wireless charging. So we don't need to have a cable to charge it. So you can just use a wireless technology in the electronic. Now you can find what we call QI wireless technology that we add in the shoe. So you just can put your shoe on any wireless charger, and you can charge your shoe without any cable. And this is something that we need to add very, very shortly.
That's really, really cool. And I know you said you will the product will be shipped on Christmas this year and January the next year. Will it be shipped as planned?
We are going to ship the first products in for Christmas, yes, but these are really the top priorities. So we try to give to Kickstarter backers, which really trust us, the first product that we will produce, so that we are producing. So yes, the first shipments will be in end of November, beginning of December, so people can get them for Christmas, because I believe it's a very, very interesting gift for Christmas. And then the next shipment will be in January, but right now we have hundreds, thousands of people of orders. I mean, today, more than Kickstarter, we are every day we are getting proposals from all over the world, in USA, even from China, of clients to distribute the Digitsole in the stores. So we are getting much more than only backers on Kickstarters. This campaign is absolutely amazing because it gives us a very big opportunity to show what we are doing, and now we are getting people coming from all over the world. I mean, we are doing this interview together today. I have another interview with Colombia, another one with Australia, another one with Canada. People are calling us from all over the world because they love this idea of just heating your shoe with just a simple click on your smartphone. So more than Kickstarter, we are really getting now more and more orders, and we are getting a lot of distributors for China, for Japan, for different countries, for Germany, England. Many big distributors, they want to become our distributors in the world. So this is great.
Yes, I think it is great too. So if I haven't ordered one on the Kickstarter, when and where can I buy this kind of product?
It depends in which country you are, because we are now negotiating with each country a distribution partnership. So each country, we will have one distributor, and this distributor will be able to distribute in the country. So in China, if you ask me China, I really hope, because China for me is a priority, I really hope that you will be able to have it for $215 next year. I mean, next year is in few months now, but we hope to finalize a deal with a distributor in China in the next 2 months before end of this year, so we can then get the shoes for next winter 2015.
Okay, so what about the new version of wireless control?
It will be ready for 2015. Sorry. The wireless Digitsole will be ready for 2015. It will not be ready probably for Christmas. We are not sure. Even if we are working hard on it, but for sure for 2015 we will be ready.
Okay, that's great. And now the ideas of wearable technologies and smart devices are very hot now. What do you think about this trend?
Sorry, say it again.
Now the ideas of wearable technologies and smart devices are very hot now. And what do you think about this trend?
We think that this is just the beginning. For sure, the next years will be a totally a new society. The world is changing. Everything is becoming connected. We believe that the shoe business, for example, 10% of the shoes will be connected in the next 10 years. For sure, 10% is more than 2 billion pairs per year. So this is something, we will have a connected device in the shoe like you have now laces in the shoe. It will be something totally common and that we will all have in our shoes. And then we will have much more functions than today. But nothing will stop this development and this connected and wearable things. In the next years, it will be huge changes in our life, like the mobile phone was where 5 years ago. I think the next revolution is in the wearables for sure.
Okay. You just said that the app can track various data, and now a lot of activity trackers can do that too. But I think pure data does not make much sense to customers. So would you consider adding some devices or new functions that's based on the collected data, such as sharing to your friends or just giving some advice?
Of course. Yeah, we are working. We have a very big partner in France called CEA. It's the biggest laboratory that we are partnered with. They have 4,000 scientists, and we are working on many new functions that I cannot tell you today because it's still secret and confidential. I'm sorry, but maybe in the next 3 months, if we have another interview, I will give you more information. We will present at the CES in Las Vegas. We will be at CES. We are invited by the CES Las Vegas to present our connected shoes, and we will come up with very, very innovative things and very innovative functions, including the tracking will be something very different, very, very new for the much more than what you can find today as a simple trackers. Today we believe that we have 2 years advanced technology on the rest of the world in our company. So that's what we want to show in the next CES in Las Vegas.
Okay. What advantage do you think is that a smart insole has, but a smartwatch or a wristband does not have?
In fact, first in the tracking only, of course, our shoes are heated, but nobody is doing this. But for the tracking in the shoe is much more efficient and much more precise than the tracking on the wristband, because the tracking on the wristband or on the watches give you information when you move. Every time you move your arm, it counts you 1 step, which is not right. So when I do this, it counts you steps, which is totally stupid. With our tracking are based in the shoes. So you cannot count steps only if you move, if you make a step. So the tracking in the shoe is much more precise and much more efficient than the tracking in a wristband. And this is very important. And more than that, our tracking is also take care about the fact that you are walking on a flat ground or you are walking on the high ground, which is totally different. It means the calories you are burning when you walk this way is not the same than when you are walking on the flat or you are walking and going down. And we are the only company which is now doing this kind of tracking. So the calories burned that we are giving with our tracking is much more precise than any tracker right now in the world.
That sounds great. And are you working on any other new devices like new design of shoes or new designs of insole?
Yes, of course. As I told you, yes, we have, for example, we are working on the GPS. We are including the GPS in our insoles. I mean, tracking and GPS for kids. So the kids, we will be able to know where is your kid. I mean, you don't worry if your kid is not answering on phone, or if he lost his phone, or the shoes are always, he always wear the shoes. So the GPS will be very, very convenient for kids, but will be convenient for also people who go to the mountain or to the ski or everywhere where they can be lost. So people, their friends or their family can find them because we add this GPS in the shoes. So this is one of the application and one of the development that we are getting very, very soon.
When will it come out?
Normally we will be able to present it for the CES in Las Vegas in January 2015.
Okay. I think I forgot to ask you that what's the price of Digitsole when it financially come out?
Today, the Digitsole with a heated function, tracker and heated function, is $189 retail. Yeah.